Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Sport This Week video. In today's video I've got baseball, tennis, football, NFL, UFC, boxing, cricket, rugby, ice hockey, Moto GP and Formula 1 news. If you are new around here though and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do like the video, and let's get straight into it. So starting off, I'm going to start off with the baseball news, where Yankees won 7-2 versus Mariners, Red Sox won 3-2 versus Mariners, Dodgers won 8-2 versus Giants, Yankees lost 8-6 versus Mariners, Red Sox won 2-1 versus Astros, Dodgers won 9-5 versus Giants, Yankees lost 7-3 versus Mariners, Astros won 6-1 versus Red Sox, Dodgers won 3-0 versus Giants, Dodgers won 5-3 versus Giants, Astros won 6-0 versus Guardians, Red Sox lost 7-3 versus Royals, Astros won 9-3 versus Guardians, Red Sox won 7-4 versus Royals, Yankees lost 4-3 versus Cardinals, Dodgers won 8-1 versus Padres, Astros lost 4-1 versus Guardians, Red Sox lost 5-4 versus Royals, Yankees lost 1-0 versus Cardinals, Dodgers won 8-3 versus Padres, Astros lost 1-0 versus Giants, Red Sox lost 13-5 versus Royals, and Yankees lost 12-9 versus Cardinals. And yeah, that is all the baseball news. Moving on to the tennis news now, where it's the City Open, where Raducanu won 2-0 versus Chirico, and it was also the Silicon Valley Classic, where Badoza won 2-1 versus Mandalik, and Jabeur won 2-0 versus Keys. It was also the Los Cabos Open, where Medvedev won 2-0 versus Hijikata, Raducanu won 2-0 versus Osario, Sakari won 2-0 versus Rogers, Medvedev won 2-0 versus Berankis, Jabeur won 2-0 versus Kurdametova, Badoza won 2-0 versus Guoff, Medvedev won 2-0 versus Kekmanovic, Raducanu lost 2-0 versus Samsonova, Badoza lost 2-0 versus Kazatkina, Medvedev won 2-0 versus Norrie to win the men's singles Los Cabos Open, and Samsonova won 2-1 versus Kanepi to win the women's singles City Open. Moving on to the football news now. Rodon has joined Stade Rennais, Morton has joined Blackburn, Ramsey has joined Nice, Jota has signed a long-term Liverpool contract, Leno has joined Fulham, Schmeichel has joined Nice, Fabregas has joined Como, McCarthy has joined Sheffield United, Chukwuemeka has joined Chelsea, Azpilicueta has signed a two-year Chelsea contract extension, Puig has joined LA Galaxy, Howe has signed a long-term Newcastle contract, Arsenal won 2-0 versus Palace, Cornet has joined West Ham, Wijnaldum has joined Roma, Paris has joined Man U, Bayern won 6-1 versus Frankfurt, Fulham drew 2-2 versus Liverpool, Bournemouth won 2-0 versus Villa, Newcastle won 2-0 versus Forest, Spurs won 4-1 versus Southampton, Leeds won 2-1 versus Wolves, Chelsea won 1-0 versus Everton, Dortmund won 1-0 versus Leverkusen, Brighton won 2-1 versus Man U, Leicester drew 2-2 versus Brentford, Man City won 2-0 versus West Ham, Marseille won 4-1 versus Stade de Reims. And yeah, that is all the football news. Moving on to the NFL news now. 49ers extending Samuel, Patrick suffered torn ACL, Steelers extending Johnson, Raiders won 27-11 versus Jaguars, and Cowboys signing Barr. And yeah, that is all of the NFL news. Moving on to the cricket news now, if I can get this like this. West Indies won by 5 wickets versus India, Zimbabwe won by 10 runs versus Bangladesh, India won by 7 wickets versus West Indies, South Africa won by 21 runs versus Ireland, New Zealand won by 16 runs versus Netherlands, New Zealand won by 8 wickets versus Netherlands, Zimbabwe won by 5 wickets versus Bangladesh, and South Africa won by 44 runs versus Ireland. And yeah, that is all the cricket news. Moving on to the ice hockey news now. Killington has signed a 2-year deal with Flames. Mangia Payne has signed a 3-year deal with Flames. Bratt has signed a 1-year deal with Devils. Yamamo has signed a 2-year contract deal with Oilers. Huberdeau has signed an 8-year contract to 8-year deal with Flames. Wood has signed a 1-year deal with Devils. Tronin has signed a 2-year deal with Predators. And yeah, that is all the ice hockey news. Moving on to the Moto GP news now. Portimao to host the 2023 season. Dovizioso to retire after Misano, and Grut Chilo will replace him, and it was the British Grand Prix where Zarco was on pole, Vinales started second, and Miller started third. And in the end, Bagnaia won, Vinales finished second, and Miller finished third. And Mir and Zarco did not finish. So congratulations to Bagnaia getting the win. Moving on to the F1 news now, where there was no Grand Prix this week, but still some news. Piastri to race for Alpine in 2023. Albon extending with Williams, and Alonso will race with Aston Martin in 2023 after Vettel's retirement. And yeah, moving on to the rugby news. South Africa won 26-10 versus New Zealand, and Australia won 41-26 versus Argentina. And yeah, that is all the rugby news. Moving on to the boxing news. We're speeding through these sports, but maybe not so much this one because there's quite a bit of news. Joyce will fight Parker on the 24th of September. Gattuso has joined Boxer. Jonas will fight Berghall on the 3rd of September. Spencer will fight Salgado on the 4th of September. Conway won via TKO in round 5 versus Tranel. Bostan won via TKO in round 6 versus Clavero. Levers drew versus Chavez. Fiaz won via unanimous decision versus Ellison. Big up my guy Philip Fiaz, legend. Had him on the channel and getting the victory. Price won via unanimous decision versus Mejia. Patton won via unanimous decision versus Dufek. Thompson won via unanimous decision versus Ducar to become IBF European Cruiserweight Champion. Fisher won via TKO in round 2 versus Reisinger. Ryan won via unanimous decision versus Farias to become WBC International Super Lightweight Champion. Smith won via TKO in round 6 versus O'Mason to become British Super Lightweight Champion. Conlan won via unanimous decision versus Mariaga. Ortiz Jr. won via TKO in round 9 versus McKinson to remain WBO International Welterweight Champion. KSI will fight Swarms on the 27th of October. Not really too sure what I think about that. I mean, I do know what I think about it. It's a big downgrade from Wasabi, really. I know Jake Paul was calling him out a lot, but I mean, to be fair, that fight wasn't really fair to happen on short notice. I would rather a proper big fight camp will happen if they're going to fight KSI and Jake Paul. I don't think the short notice kind of stuff is really the best idea. So I respect KSI for not taking the Jake Paul fight, but Swarms? I don't know. Diaz will fight Zepeda on the 5th of November. And yeah, that is all the boxing news. Moving on to the UFC news now. Uzdemir will fight Krylov on the 22nd of October. Adesanya will fight Pereira on the 12th of November. Sterling will fight Dillashaw on the 22nd of October. Spivak won via KO in round 2 versus Sakai. Usman won via KO in round 2 versus Ravga. I believe that's his name. I might have messed it up, my bad if I did. To win the Ultimate Fighter, so congratulations to him. Neal won via KO in round 3 versus Luque, and Hill won via KO in round 4 versus Santos. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy it. Like the video if you did, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.